I'm Russ Blunk, and this is new men's head basketball coach Bill Carr. And Coach Carr, I know you guys have been practicing now for about a month. But before we talk about your team, let's talk a little bit about you for those folks out there that don't know you as well as we've gotten to know you. Talk a little bit about your journey to get here to Point Loma, where you've been before you got here, and why you're here now.
Well, Russ, I've been around. I've been coaching for 21 years. I started coaching at the University of San Francisco, where I went to school. Spent 9 years there on the hilltop. Had a great run there. I loved this school. Obviously, I went to school there. It's a place that I'm very fond of. I got a chance to be a head coach at Spring Hill College down in Mobile, Alabama. Spent 3 years there at the NAI level, and had a great run. Had a good time, but it was time to come back to California. And a good friend of mine was hired at Long Beach State, and gave me a chance to come back on his staff. And spent 2 years there with the 49ers, and the UCSD job opened up, the head coaching job, and I was lucky enough to be selected as the head coach there at UCSD, and spent 3 years running the program there for the Tritons. And this is going to sound redundant, but another friend of mine was hired at the University of San Diego, Bill Greer, and he asked me to come over and help him with that program. And I did that, spent 4 years with him. Point Loma, the job came open, and Ethan Hamilton moved to be AD, as you well know. And it was a position that I've kind of always had my eye on. I knew about this school, having grown up in California in the LA area, being around basketball for all those years, that this is a job, a basketball job, that had great promise. And knowing that it was going from NAI to D2, it even piqued my interest a little bit more. And I haven't been disappointed. My first 7-8 months here have been great. The kids have been great, the university's special, having a great time, and things are going great.
You're well underway, as I mentioned before, with practice and so on. Talk a little bit, though, about games. I'm sure you are itching to get at it, or probably your players more so are itching to get to play. Are you guys ready to begin play? And talk about that early season schedule.
It's time to go see where we're at, and you have to do that. And the kids have done a wonderful job. And they're ready to play somebody else, to see where we're at. And then as the year goes on, I would hope that we'll continue to improve. But yeah, we're ready for games. And we're looking forward to games, more importantly.
This is head women's basketball coach Bill Westfall, whose 2011-12 season is just getting underway. Talk a little bit about your new players this year. First, how many do you have, and what role do you see some of those players playing on your squad?
Well, the three most impactful new players would be all post players. Two 5 men, Nyla Bailey, who will be a junior college transfer. She should be very impactful. And then Andrea Campbell, she's back. And so the two of them would give us two good 6'2" post players, very athletic inside, both offense and defense. And then we have a freshman, Joelle Herron, who probably is going to be a 4-man. Then Erin Anderson is a returning freshman who got limited time, but we moved her to the 4 this year, and she's doing much better there than she did at the 3 position. So basically we have 4 new inside players that we weren't playing last year. Krista Jackson will be a senior. Brianna Colon will be a senior. Those 2 guards are probably as good as any guards in the league, and should be right up there as our leading scorers, and definitely will be kind of our go-to players as the game goes along.
Talk next about what your expectations are for your team this year. Do you expect to return to nationals? Is it a rebuilding year? What are your thoughts on that?
Our goal is to get to the Nationals again. Last year was a rare year where we didn't go, and this will be our last chance for the NAIA, so that's our goal.
For all but 3 runners, the 2011 cross-country season has come to a close for the Sea Lion men and women. Point Loma's men finished 4th, and the injury-riddled women were 6th at the Golden State Athletic Conference Championships in Fresno, eliminating their chances to advance as a team to the NAIA National Championships. Still, Will McNeil and Kyle Russell, who finished 5th and 10th respectively in the race, and Breland Matranga, who was 12th, they earned tickets to the November 19 race to be held in Vancouver, Washington. The men's soccer team ended an up-and-down season on a high note with a 2-1 sudden-death overtime win at Westmont. The Sea Lions, who began the season with an impressive 6-1-1 mark, had dropped 6 consecutive matches before the victory over the Warriors. That win evened the club's final record at 8-8-1. The women's soccer team continues to rewrite the school record book in their quest for a conference tournament title and a national tournament berth. The Sea Lions won a rain-drenched 1-0 overtime thriller in the GSAC semifinal on November the 4th against Westmont and will now host Azusa Pacific in the conference final on Friday, November the 11th. Coach Tim Hall's team is 18-1-1 on the year, and they've already locked up the GSAC regular season title, a program first. Next, they look to land an opening round NAIA playoff game on homecoming Saturday, November the 19th. A win there launches them to the final national tournament site in Decatur, Alabama. The Sea Lion volleyball squad continued to move forward towards a national playoff berth with a pair of conference wins last week, including an upset of then number 11 nationally ranked Biola. First-year coach Sarah Gustin's team has played only 500 ball in the Golden State Athletic Conference, but that will likely be good enough for her team to nab a berth in the NAIA National Tournament, based on the team's undefeated non-conference mark and the perennial strength of the nation's top volleyball league. In fact, Point Loma could very well host an opening round match on Saturday, November the 19th, and a win there would send them on to Iowa for the national tournament in late November and early December.